It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe two. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
Not sure what happened there. Wrong club selection, poor execution. Regardless, a lot of meat still on that bone.
Golf is so much about nearlies. Just a little bit more effort on that one. It would have been close. Instead, just that awkward distance.
From about 8 feet. Okay, so not what he was looking to do once he got on the green. That's the Cobra, a 3-putt 6 here at the par 4. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. You're always licking your chops when you stand on the tee at a par 3. He's just plain frustrated now, walking off with a bogey 4. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green.
A very conservative approach shot. It's a safe side of the green, but as we can all attest, a long way from the hole.
Nope, that's one you just can't leave short. Okay, no problem with that one.
There's certainly a lot of different ways to play a par 5. Going to have to figure out the best way to play this par 5 using 3 shots to reach the green.
Now from better than 300 yards out, a second to the par 5. All right, I know it's not the highlight shot, getting home on the par 5 and 2, but maybe it's a smart shot. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. That's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Okay, safely on the putting surface out of the sand. Would have maybe liked to run that up a little further, but that's not the worst shot in the world. Yeah, that's a putt that's easy to leave short. It's a little more slope than you think. Don't be short. Just another couple of turns, Frank. Okay, so after a strong front side, things not quite as rosy on the back. That one in for double bogey. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Put it in a great spot off the tee. Has just 86 yards left for his second shot. See what he can do with this. This from 7 feet. Okay, well, a 5 with wedge in hand hurts, that's for sure, as that'll wind up a bogey.
Now, it's in the first cut. There's always a little bit more grass around the ball that has to be factored in.
So from just off the fairway, this his second. That's going to leak out to the right and trickle away. Not the right read there. Okay, so after a strong front side, things not quite as rosy on the back. That one in for double bogey. A little too much spice on that one. That flies the green, and he'll be chipping out of the rough. Second shot now, here at the par 3. That might have been okay if it stayed in that thinner rough, but I think this popped into that deeper area. With a good shot there, maybe he gets away with bogey. But now, I think triple's very much in play.
You really have to bear down and focus on those type of chip shots. This time the short game, it just plain let him down.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. Okay, well, still red figures. That's the good news, but the double bogey's going to see him fall from 3 under down to just 1. This up the right side off the tee.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe 2. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot. That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. boy, not on your last putt of the round. That is cruel. Frank, that is painful.
I mean, all he had to do, just hit it. Just hit it.
So that one's in. It will be a 3-putt bogey here at the last. And that's at least going to be a nice round number. That is 100. Well, that about wraps things up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Enjoyed it, Frank?
Certainly did, Rich. Once again, the golf course provided more than a stern.
Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports' continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green, Rich. I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
That's up the left side.
And that is not a fairway hit. It's definitely gone into the rough. Certainly not the start everybody was expecting.
Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. This is an 11-foot putt. Got it there, but not quite on target. That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Well, he made birdie from off the fairway at 1, but he's safely in the short grass here on hole number 2. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second to this par 4. A birdie opportunity at 2, and Nota Begay is down there.
And putt coming up a ridge, one you might have to hit a little firmer to take some of the breakout.
A little tentative there, and that'll come up short. So he'll finish that off for his par. Couple of fours to get his round underway.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Good soft hands. That is nicely done. A straightforward look here for birdie. Disappointing. Well, maybe not so straightforward. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. I'll tell you, this is shaping up to be some kind of round. Birdies at 1, 2, and 3, and another good tee shot here at the 4th.
Just gave that way too much.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, this has got a good chance because we're going slightly up a hill with just a little bit of break. Makeable.
Okay, didn't quite get it there, but that's a decent effort. Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. Didn't play the wind very well there, and that's going to wind up too strong and over the green. This will test the skill set here. It's his second.
It is a game of touch, and it is evidence right there when your touch is out. What a difference it makes. That ball went a long way past.
Just 5 feet left. Okay, that one's safely in, and it is a first bogey on the front side. Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway. So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5. Wow, that is a well-struck second shot to this par 5. Maybe too well-struck, Frank.
Oh, come on, Rich. Look, I know longer irons are harder to hit, but 3-wood, it was just too much.
Now this for birdie.
Now, it would be tempting to leave this one short. You can worry so much about the break that you forget to hit it. Demands a firm stroke.
Oh, maybe a misread there, and that curls by to the left. So that definitely not what he was hoping for. It is a bogey 6 here at number 6. Oh no, lost that one dead right.
After that bogey at the last and finding the rough here, it's going to be time to have a little tap on the cranium and get things in the right place.
Ten-foot putt left. Well, he's not going to be real happy with that. Wow. It had been a clean card to this point, but that's a splash of cold water as he finishes off a double bogey. Now, from off the green left, this is second. Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Well, obviously he can do better, and he's going to have to on this next putt if he wants to just get out of here with bogey, Frank.
And this one's certainly going to be, well, worth the price of admission.
Nope. Okay, so he will enter this hole at 5 under for the day, but disappointingly, he'll walk off at 3 under following the double bogey.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe 2. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Not quite online, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, so it's a bogey for him here at the 9th. No issues here. That is into the fairway. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. Now this for another birdie.
And this putt's going to want to go left all day long. It's back up the slope as well.
Oh, that's not a very confident stroke. That was well short coming back up the hill.
Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
How about 5 under par for the day?
What a great tee shot. Bisected the fairway beautifully.
Early part of this second 9 and a good approach shot, and now pretty good chance for birdie.
I'd call that so-so. I think you'd hope to get that a little closer. That so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
It is in the rough, but it appears to be a pretty good lie. Should have a go at this. His second now at the 12th.
This from about 10 feet. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. But you hate to miss from that distance. It had been a clean card to this point, but that's a splash of cold water as he finishes off a double bogey. That one looking a little right.
That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway.
He'll be factoring in this breeze in his face as he sets for a second. Chance now for another birdie.
Yeah, this is very makeable, Rich. Not a lot of break, not a lot of slope. Definitely take a run at it.
Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Ooh, that's got a little bit more movement than you think, and that'll slide on by.
Really has it going at 5 under.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Gotta think this an extra half club or more as he sets for his second into the wind. Well, going to be a lengthy putt for birdie, but on a long approach like that, anything on the green is a welcome sight. That's going to slide on by. Yeah, that's a good putt. Unfortunately, it is going to bring an end to this bogey-free round, as that's going to wind up being the first drop shot. That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Okay, that will work its way out to the fairway, but it's going to leave a fairly lengthy approach coming up. Now this for another birdie.
Well, I've really been impressed with how he's handled the speed on the greens, but this one is going to be a tester down the hill. Yeah, that's what happens when you fall in love with the line and forget about the speed.
Boy, nothing seems to faze this guy. He's been rock solid all round long, and he comes away with a par. And a rare missed green there, at least as far as this round is concerned, as that'll come up short off the tee.
Just too much juicy grass between the ball and the club face. It's always going to come up short out of that sort of light. Now, considering that shot was for par, it comes up way short. It's looking down the barrel of a double bogey.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt.
Okay, so after a strong front side, things not quite as rosy on the back. That one in for double bogey. This one's starting a little bit right.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe two. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
Just stellar iron play there. Game becomes easy when you're putting for birdie from that close. Oh my, that singes the right edge but doesn't go down. So a bit of a letdown here at 18, but it is a par. And this will be a round of 85. So, Frank, this a bogey-free round, and I'll tell you what, those are not easy to come by on a course like this.
Yeah, not a blemish, and it really didn't look like that too, so...
Now, from the home of the 2022 PGA Championship, EA Sports, so proud to join you from historic Southern Hills Country Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Alongside Frank Navalo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. There could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
170 yards.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
Yeah, he wanted that to go a little more, but that's not too bad from there. And he will finish that off, so nothing wrong with that. A solid par here to get the round started. Nah, that ball got slowed up by the branches, and it is going to wind up in the hazard. Okay, so the drop taken, and that will set up what's going to be his third now to this par 4. Uh-oh. Nope, that just did not look right from the start, and that ball is into the hazard. All right, so drop taken, that will bring up a 5th shot on the way.
"12 feet still to go."
That's the best stroke made on this hole by far. That one in for a double bogey.
Well, somehow that ball's got through the other side of the tree and really hadn't lost that much yardage.
Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
We've got 1-3-2 left to the flag today. Pin back right so he can take an aggressive line.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realise if you just miss hit the middle of the club by 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%. That's right, 10%.
Nope, didn't see the break, and that slides by to the left. So he'll finish that one off. It is a bogey 5 here at the third. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Well, it's 74 yards here as he's set for his second. Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. Yeah, that was going to be tough to fly that all the way to the hole out of the bunker, and this is going to come up a good bit short. Oh, you're kidding. This game's unfair sometimes. That luck did the whole way.
Cleans that up in the hole.
What a great tee shot. Perfect, right down the middle.
Now a second from well over 300 yards. This will be about positioning. Nah, just caught it fat out of the rough. Never had a chance of reaching, and now it is time to regroup and try to escape with a par.
The strike was fine on the pitch shot. Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
Okay, a first hiccup here on this front side. That is in for bogey. And that one needed to put on the brakes, but could not, and this will wind up over the green.
"14 feet to the hole."
So this par 3-6 going to claim another victim as he's in with a bogey 4. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
145 left to the hole. Hole cut right in the middle.
Oh, this doesn't look promising. Oh my goodness, here is another ball in the hazard. The rate they're going, they may need to hit up the pro shop in between nines just to refill on the golf balls. That's going to scoot a foot or two by. It had been a clean card to this point, but that's a splash of cold water as he finishes off a double bogey. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Not only a long putt, but a bending putt. Strong right to left in this one. They'll be very pleased just to get this one within a couple of feet. That slides by to the right. Just never had that on target. And that will do just fine. Now note his second from the fairway.
A 110 to the hole. Pin is on the front left part of the green.
That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Nope, that is not much of an improvement. Another attempt here to get this ball up and out.
Bogeyed the previous hole, and looks like it's going to be even worse here.
Got to fully commit to this one as he'll try again. That's much better. Super shot out of the bunker, and just a few feet left to finish it off. Nah, thing's going from bad to worse in short order here. That's one you'd like to have made. Time to move on to the next hole.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it, but Try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe two. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
Needed maybe half a club more there. As it is, needs to get up and down to save par.
Just nothing really on that chip shot. Just, it's a waste.
Nah, that needed a little more firmness up the slope.
So the short miss, and those are painful.
It had been a clean card to this point, but that's a splash of cold water as he finishes off a double bogey. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green.
Well, gonna get a chance to try that again.
Okay.
Deep breath taken. Time to regroup here. Yeah, not bad. That is safely on deck inside of 10 feet.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
Now, you can tell the thoughts are elsewhere right now. I mean, you got to get in the moment. And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker.
I'd give that an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Been in a fairway bunker and safely on the green. You never know, might even sneak a birdie.
That's 2 under par, playing well.
Somehow that ball went through the trees. Actually, it didn't scrub too much speed off it. It's going to be all right. Quite simply inexcusable to go from, well, really what was an advantageous situation to one that is now worse.
This gonna be equally as tough. Another try to get this up and out. Oh, great job there on the downswing, finding a way to get loft on the ball, and this is possibly going to mitigate some of the damage already done. Okay, so after a strong front side, things not quite as rosy on the back. That one in for double bogey.
Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again, in the bunker.
Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away. Didn't trust the read there, and that's going to cost him. Okay, no problem with that one. Yeah, just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
134 yards left to the flagstick today. Pin in the middle, so it's a green light.
You'd think he'd be good at bunker shots. He's been in so many today.
Might want to take a shovel with him.
Line may have been a little more sunken in than we had thought, but all in all, not a bad shot out of the bunker.
Didn't go your way. It happens in golf, so just pick up and move on.
It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe two. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot. Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the green side bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. So a big drive, and not much needed to carry here for his second. Maybe not what you're hoping for from that number, but no damage. It's on the green. Chance now for another birdie. Oh, even the short ones can jump up and get you sometimes. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short.
Everybody goes to the range and they all want to hit 300-yard short shots. But those little chip shots, they're just as important.
Nope, that one seemed to come off the face a little wonky, and he's left himself well short.
Time to just pick up and move on to the next hole.
So, partner, as always, I enjoyed it. Watching golf, calling golf. Let's do it again soon.
We got the best seat in the house, Rich.
So, for Frank... EA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to feature some of the best young talent in the world of golf. From Whistling Straits Golf Course on the shores of Lake Michigan, live second-round coverage of the Wisconsin Open. Things starting to slowly take shape here on this Friday. For some, it is a race for the top prize. For others, it's a fight to stick around for the weekend as we show you the leaderboard. A lot of folks fighting for the title, including our leader. So let's get out to it. We pick things up just before the turn at the par 4 ninth.
Well, the ball's finished up okay, but look how it got there.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole.
That's going to leak out to the right and trickle away. Not the right read there. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And he's going to fall back now to 1 over par. Starting off the backside with a 391-yard par 4 10th. Best to try and hug the left side of the fairway. You have to avoid the deep bunker on the right, which demands a 240-yard carry. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Nota Begay III.
143 yards left to the hole. Standing on the wrong side of par right now, looking to get back to even.
Oh, and that one nosedives right into the thick stuff. That could be problematic, to say the least. Problems starting to worsen now. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And that's going to move him back to 2 over par.
We're now at the 11th hole, and this is a huge par 5. 645 yards, Frank, that's a biggie.
And plus this hole bends to the right, which sort of makes you think that you can hit it down the right side. But if you miss down the right, there's just a multitude of bunkers that'll swallow up that ball, and you're nearly guaranteed to make at least 6.
Solid. A good drive in the fairway. Still well over 300 yards to the flag, so getting this to a good number, the key here for his second.
Frank, this is a huge par 5. How reachable is it?
Well, probably chances of getting home there, you're going to need something around the 340-yard mark off the tee. If you've done that, well, one thing to be aware of is that huge bunker, that huge deep bunker short left of this green.
May need to recheck the yardage after that one. That's on the green, but not a real good shot. From about 8 feet. This hole really taking its toll now. Okay, finished off there for double bogey. And that's going to move him back to 4 over.
Now to the 12th, short little par 3.
Yeah, just a short iron in hand. You'd like to think it's a birdie opportunity. One of the biggest problems here, though, was putting. This green, anything other than flat.
Okay, that will finish on the front of the green, and with the pin cut front right, a birdie try forthcoming. No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he's going to stay at +5. So, Frank, this is a very difficult Friday for our featured golfer. Nothing seemed to go right. And this is going to wind up an MC. That